My name is Ishita and I make YouTube videos about fashion and beauty.
I look like a kid. लाइफ वेकअप से नहीं है जहाँ पे यू विल फ्लंक योर एग्जाम्स एंड घर छोड़ के अपने फ्रेंड के साथ रहने लगो. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you've clicked on this video, then chances are that you already are a small creator, or maybe you're just somebody who's very interested in knowing more about this industry, which I totally understand because this is such a new industry and nobody actually knows what happens behind the scenes. There is so much more than what you see on your screens. So hopefully after this video, you will have a better understanding of how this works, how the content creators make more money, and a lot of behind the scenes of the whole business aspect of this job. So this video is divided in two parts. Pehle, I'll have my own
Rant session, venting out session.
basically all the new things that I've realized after completing 3 months as a full-time content creator. Yes, I have successfully completed 3 months on YouTube, full-time on YouTube. Pehle, most of you know that I was struggling. I was hustling with my full-time job in Infosys. And just a disclaimer, even though ऐसा लग सकता है कि I am literally focusing on the bad aspects of this job, ऐसा नहीं है. I am extremely grateful that I get to do this full time now. ये चीज़ याद रखना. And with this, let's start. So पहले I'm gonna share all the things that I've realized about this job, all the new things that I've realized about this job. And उसके बाद I'm gonna take the questions that were sent to me. I made a post about it in my community section. So yeah. Let's just begin. So I left my job at a point जहाँ पे I was very close to 50k and I was very excited to be finally doing this full time. But what I wasn't aware of that I will have much more roles to play while doing this full time. So pehle I was my videographer as well as my editor. After I hit 40k, a lot of brands and sponsorships started coming in. So there were a lot of mails, there were a lot of invoices to take care of. So for my sponsorships, I usually go for integrated sponsorships. Like मेरे content में 2 minutes या फिर 2.5 minutes का content would be sponsored. I can add that I place for the brand. Now a lot of work goes behind that 2.5 minute का video. First of all, after they agree to my commercials, I have to first share the script, the idea कि मैं क्या वीडियो बना रही हूँ and उनका प्रोडक्ट कैसे इंटीग्रेट होगा. उसके बाद after they approve it, I shoot, edit and send the unlisted video link again to the brand. जब वो approve कर देंगे उसके बाद only I get to make the video live for you guys. Now I am all okay with this. I think this is the bare minimum that the brand can demand from us. Like if you're paying a creator for endorsing their products, of course you would want to know कि कैसे हो रहा है, क्या चीज़ें हो रही है, and you will need your approvals as well. But recently what happened was मेरी एक वीडियो थी that had to go live 2 days before Diwali. मैंने 2 दिन लगातार I worked on it, shot it, edited it. काफ़ी अच्छे से मैंने edit किया था उसे भी. Now ये date पहले से decided थी. Now you need to understand sponsorships में 3 layers होती हैं. Like first of all there is the brand and some person from their marketing team. They reach out to the PR agencies and the PR agents then reach out to the content creators. So जब I have to send the unlisted video link after editing and everything, I send it to the PR agent who reached out to me and they send it to the marketing team of the PR of the brand. What happened with my video was there was no response for 24 hours. Then I again pinged the PR agent and she told me nobody is responding from their marketing team. I think they have all gone for their Diwali break. Now I am at a spot जहाँ पे I cannot delay that video first of all because that video was something जिसको मैं दिवाली के बाद live कर ही नहीं सकती थी. That was a very specific Diwali related video.
So unfortunately, I had to cut that 2 minutes का sponsored part and make it live just like that.
And the thing that hurt me the most was कि ये behavior, if this was coming from me, like if I had vanished the day video had to go live, I think the reaction would have been very different. And the worst thing was उसके 2 हफ्ते बाद I had to again work on another video idea for the same brand. ये actually काफी rare scenarios होते हैं, but मेरे साथ उसके बाद काफी बार ऐसा हुआ है कि approvals have taken much more time. So yeah, there is a lot that goes behind that 2 minutes का sponsored part that you see. चलो ये तो हो गया how confirmed brand deals work. But before that, I have to be my own manager and handle all the brand deals that come to me.
मुझे starting में बड़ा मजा आता था, taking up calls from PRs and talking about my commercials, deadlines and वगैरह.
But lately I've been noticing, like पिछले 1 महीने से every time I share my commercials to the PR, the very next line is always
Is this negotiable?
Can you tell me the negotiated prices?
I'm like मैं यहाँ oversell नहीं कर रही हूँ अपने आप को. I'm telling you the commercials that I actually deserve and which is the standard rate in the market. One day what happened was I got a call from a girl at 11:30. मेरी उस time पे sleep schedule was very fucked up. I used to wake up with a call from a PR. So she told me that they are looking for a 2 videos ka campaign. Like one video would go this month and the other video has to go live next month. For the sake of this video, let's just assume that I charged 5,000 rupees for one video. So 2 videos के लिए automatically 10,000 हो गया. That's what I told her. And her responses to my commercials were insane and bizarre. She told me, please can this be negotiated a bit because we are providing you 2 videos का sponsorship. We're giving you more work to do. तो थोड़ा तो कम कर लो prices. I was like, you're giving me more work. मेरा काम कम नहीं हो रहा है, बढ़ा ही रहे हो. उसके बाद she went on for like a minute. बहुत stupid से reasons दिए. At the end, she told me like these are the literal words that she spoke to me कि चलो ना आपका ना मेरा, let's fix it at 7K. And मेरा immediate response to this was आप सब्जी मंडी में आए हो क्या? How can you ask me like this? This is not negotiable. And मेरे responses are the worst when I'm sleepy या फिर I'm hungry. I'm pretty sure मैंने काफी rudely बोल दिया होगा ये because उसके बाद I never heard from that girl. And एक तो I already suck at this money talk. मुझसे नहीं होता है ये. Like literally every time there is a PR जो ऐसे काफी negotiate करने की कोशिश करते हैं, I try to concentrate on my words. Like मैं अंदर अपने आप को convince करने लगती हूँ that
Ishita, do not fall for this trap. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. You are charging the amount that you really deserve. बिल्कुल agree मत करना. Do not reduce your charges. You will regret it the very next minute. बिल्कुल ऐसा करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
So yeah. See, I was aware that I will have to handle all of this, but I wasn't aware that I literally have to bargain for my commercials every time. That is very annoying. And ऐसा भी नहीं है कि I'm a very money-minded person. Not that that's a bad thing, but the thing is the way you ask me to reduce my prices is just wrong. मैं ऐसे bargaining में कभी अपने prices कभी कम नहीं करूँगी. Well, there are people जिनके लिए I have reduced my price because they asked me very nicely. The brand that they were asking me to work with was nice. तो मैं 1-2 हज़ार अगर कम कर देती हूँ, I was ready for it. But only for people who were really professional when it comes to commercials. चलो ये तो हो गया scripting, editing and then being your own manager. The other part is being your accountant. Now, ये मैंने नवंबर में realize किया था. So after 2 months into this YouTube thing fully, I realized that a lot of my older payments are still not done. Like मैंने invoice भेज दिया, सब कुछ कर लिया, but still I haven't received the money. So that's when I understood most of the PR agencies have their payment policy. There are PR agencies जिनकी payment policy is up to 90 days. Like literally मेरे एक campaign which happened in October first week, मैंने November end में notice किया कि अभी तक पैसे नहीं आए. I pinged the person. They sent me to their finance team and they told me that their payment policy is of 90 days. So मेरी payment मुझे जनवरी में मिलेगी 2021 में. चलो वो तो अच्छी बात है. That PR agent was very sweet. She got back to me and she said there is some confusion. 60 days की policy है, so you will get paid in December. I am still waiting for that bill to arrive. So this is the usual life. 50 to 60% of the PRs pay you right on time, but that 40% of the PR agencies, you literally have to get back to them every week कि कहाँ है मेरी payment.
And it's so annoying. Like you want your deliverables on time, you want everything on time. Script से लेके unlisted video तक, invoice भी timely चाहिए. But payment के time पे your professionalism पता नहीं कहाँ गड्ढे में घुस जाता है.
Trust me, there are agencies who have the reputation that they do not pay their creators on time. Like literally मैं अपने friends के साथ ये भी discuss करती हूँ कि okay, I got approached by this agency. Have you worked with them? Are they fine? Are they safe to work with? So yeah, अगर ऐसा लगता है कि oh my god, she's doing so many sponsorships,
उसकी आधी की पे आई नहीं है अभी तक मेरे पास.
there is also this agency इसके साथ मैंने I worked for 4 videos. Now for the first 3 videos I got paid within 2 days. And for the 4th video, I still haven't received my money. मैंने उनको 5 बार मैसेज डाल दिए, मेल्स भी कर दिए. And last time I called them, and the person was like, oh yeah, Ishita, I will get back to you. मैं अपने accounts department से बात करता हूँ. काफ़ी delay हो चुका है. And then he tried to distract me with some other campaigns. And अभी तक payment नहीं आई है. I'm gonna call that person again today. मुझे याद आ गया फिर से. So there is a lot of running behind the PRs for payments as well. Like so, if you're somebody who's literally beginning with their channel and you are at a place जहाँ पे PRs are like approaching you, maintain a Excel sheet जहाँ पे you write the agency name, the campaign, the date of the campaign, the date you sent the invoice and mention the payment policy की days. Trust me, your life would be easier. You will also understand कि कौन सी agencies हैं जिनके साथ repeatedly you had to suffer a lot for the payments. Now ऐसा नहीं है कि सारी agencies ऐसी होती है. 60% of the agencies and agents have been really nice to me. Like there is this one agency जिसके लिए I wait for them to call me because मुझे पता है if I do a video for them, मुझे invoice भी भेजना नहीं पड़ेगा. but within 30 days I will get my money. So this is how a YouTube channel works. You have to be your own manager, editor, videographer, accountant as well and marketing agent as well. I know ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं सब कुछ बुरा एस्पेक्ट ही दिखा रही हूँ, but I'm just trying to show you कि ये भी होता है. I know a lot of people get very attracted to this industry thinking कि बहुत easy life होगी. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Every job has its own pros and cons. So इसी के साथ मेरा rant खत्म हुआ. मुझे जो भी बोलना था मैंने बोल दिया. Now let's start ahead with the questions that I got. So the first one is, when and how did you feel that you wanted to take content creation as full time since 9 to 5 gets you steady income? So first of all, मेरा ultimate goal ही था कि मैं IT जॉब छोड़ के कुछ और कर लूँ, and I knew that it has to be something creative या फिर fashion related. मैं actually 2020 में ये भी सोच रही थी कि in Jan I should apply for fashion management courses in NIFT and all. Somewhere around June, July जब we hit 40K, a lot of brand deals started coming. So उस time पे I realized कि first of all this requires a lot of energy and a lot of time. ऐसी स्टेज पे पहुंच गई हूँ जहाँ पे I will be getting more work and it cannot be handled along with my job. So उसी टाइम पे if you remember मैंने अपना सामान भी पुणे से मंगवा लिया था because मेरे दिमाग में ये था कि मैं नवंबर में अपने बर्थडे के अराउंड ये जॉब छोड़ दूँगी. But life had some different plans, so yeah. The day I realized कि काफ़ी काम मिल रहा है and I will have a steady income, थोड़ा सा एक stable amount है जो पक्का श्योर है कि I will be able to make through this channel, that's when I realized कि it's high time I should leave my job. How to find a brand and approach them for sponsorship? So बहुत easy है, send them a mail or a DM. बहुत अच्छे से draft that mail. Tell them about yourself, your niche, your channel या फिर page, your reach, and tell them that you have genuine following. के बाद tell them about the previous collaborations that you've done. मैं तो ये करती थी and मैंने कुछ collaborations के links भी add करेगी that this is the kind of content that I've created for so and so brands. And if you're somebody who's literally beginning with their page, it's okay to take barter collaborations because you are at a stage जहाँ पे you are literally building your CV. तो अभी आपको literally अपने आप को prove करना है कि you have the talent to make content. How much time did it take for you to reach from 0 to 1000? So okay, this is really nice. So मैंने कभी mention नहीं किया अपने channel. I was actually waiting for our channel to hit 100,000 सब्सक्राइबर्स पहले. तो जब मैं कॉलेज में थी, that's when I started this channel. बीच में 1.5 साल मैंने इसमें कुछ भी नहीं किया, but कॉलेज में after making 7 to 8 videos, Komal, My Happiness held a competition नहीं कह रही हूँ, but held a giveaway जहाँ पे she was giving all the new content creators a chance to feature on her channel. All she asked was 30 second की एक intro video बना के उन्हें भेज दो, and I sent her a video with no expectation. मुझे पता था कि मैं पक्का श्योर थी कि मैं select नहीं होंगी, but I did get selected and I'll show you the video. So when you search for check these YouTubers, My Happiness, yeah, this video, the first one. Oh my god, मुझे याद भी नहीं कि मैंने उस वीडियो में क्या क्या बोला था. So let's just see. So if you see, I think a lot of people got selected. I'm not ready to see what I was like 4 years ago. Okay, I remember मैं end में थी. Okay, this is me. Shit.
My name is Ishita and I make YouTube videos about fashion and beauty.
I look like a kid. मैं कितनी बच्ची सी थी. I remember this time clearly. मैं इस टाइम पे एक और वीडियो शूट करी थी और उससे पहले मैंने सोचा कि कर ही देते. 30 सेकंड की तो वीडियो है, मुझे कुछ भी नहीं पता था कि मैं क्या बोलूँगी. मुझे भी याद नहीं मैंने क्या बोला था. And look at my hair. Dude, ये मेरे बाल हैं after I've straightened them. Like literally दबा के मैं straight करती तब I had so much volume.
I'm still figuring out what I want to do with my channel, but one thing I'm pretty sure about is that I'll always make fashion related videos because that is why I started my channel in the first place.
Oh my god. I remember this year is the worst year of my entire life. मुझे बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है वो time. I mean, imagine something as grand as this had happened to me, and उसके बाद भी I was very insecure about so many things in my life, and I wish I could tell that kid कि सब सही हो जाएगा, it's okay.
I try to show outfit ideas that are actually wearable and relatable. I mean, what's the point of making a video when nobody's going to like it or nobody's going to wear what I show? So yeah.
चलो कहीं ना कहीं I still follow the agenda that I had 4 years ago. So इस time पे I already had 500 subscribers, but overnight, literally within 4 hours, I crossed 1000 subscribers का threshold because of Komal. If you're watching Komal, thank you so much. You've given me the boost I needed, but I was so dumb to realize कि कहीं ना कहीं I feel this was a sign from God कि इशिता you are on the right path, but I was very dumb. But ठीक है, I do not have any regrets. I feel अगर मैंने ये सारे experiences नहीं लिए होते, अगर if I hadn't started working with Infosys and had the life that I've had so far, I wouldn't have been this person that you see in front of yourself on the screen. So no regrets at all. So मेरा actually plan था कि जब भी मैं 100,000 K hit करूँगी, I will have the same exact giveaway or I will host something like this because I will always remember Komal as somebody who's changed my life. मैं बहुत बकवास कर रही हूँ, मैं रो दूँगी अब, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है.
I hope you like my channel and yeah, I'll see you there. Bye.
Wow, कितने confidently मैंने बोल दिया, okay, yeah, I'll see you there. काफी emotional था ये. Okay, coming back to the other questions. A lot of questions are about my YouTube earnings. Is the pay stable? Will you be able to pay all your expenses? I know this is coming from people who already have a job and they have started with content creation. So yes, stability का तो नहीं पता, but you need to understand कि कुछ भी हो जाए, YouTube AdSense is the stable pay. Take it as your basic pay from your entire salary slip. ये basic pay होता है मेरी अभी की भी salary का. And the PR agencies and the sponsored payments जो मुझे मिलती हैं, I treat that as my other allowances like shopping allowances, investment allowances and blah blah blah. So yeah, trust me, content creation में काफ़ी पैसा है, but you'll have to work really hard to reach a point जहाँ people recognize you, brands recognize you, you have a following and you have a social media presence because you need to understand we are bloody nobodies. मतलब कोई मुझे क्यों जानेगा? I'm a very regular girl from Lucknow who is working full time in Infosys. कुछ special है नहीं मेरे पास. I had to make videos again and again and constantly to make people realize that yes, there is something about me that is worth watching. Okay, there is also one question. I have seen YouTubers changing drastically after 50K. They're spending lakhs over shopping and other stuff. I have an IT job with 12 lakh package and I don't see myself having that lavish life. I don't understand. Is it just for the camera to show happy their life is or what's the truth? First of all, darling, why are you comparing your life to somebody who's literally showing you just 20 or 30% of their lives? Trust me, this is the worst thing that you're doing to yourself. Stop doing this. Meri life, whatever you see online, is literally, I think, less than 30%. Even Gaurav Taneja is hardly showing you 40 to 50% of his real life. So stop comparing your life, yaar. Also, I've seen a lot of people miss out this point that most of the YouTubers, at least, still live with their parents. Like at least people from my niche, you know it, most of them were living with their parents for at least 2-3 years when they started earning. So you need to understand कि for a 23-year-old जिसकी अपनी खुद की job है, most probably you are living away from your parents' house, so you have rent, transport का खर्चा, food का खर्चा. For a person who's earning through YouTube, living with their parents, उनके ऊपर ये कोई खर्चा है ही नहीं. तो even if I make 20,000 right now, that 20,000 is all mine to spend on things. मेरे पास कोई एडेड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है, इसीलिए आई मेड श्योर कि मैं अपना सामान पुणे से मंगवा लूँ ताकि आई हैव नो फाइनेंशियल responsibility on me. And this is a very big privilege when it comes to my YouTube journey, that I did not have any financial responsibility. इसलिए एक point पे I could take such a huge risk. इसलिए मैं अपने struggles के बारे में ज़्यादा बात नहीं करती because I understand I've had my own share of struggles, but I've also had a lot of privileges as well. So yeah. Also, I've never seen a YouTuber spend lakhs in shopping after hitting 50K. Please let me know कौन है ये YouTuber, मुझे भी बता दो. I have to know कि वो क्या charge कर रहे हैं brand से. I also have to increase my commissions then. What will you suggest to upcoming content creators? Should they have a backup plan, complete their education first and then come in this field, or should they just start? First of all, please get your degree. Please complete your basic education. This is the least you can do for yourself. बहुत ज़रूरी है ये सब. ये ना अपनी जॉब और एजुकेशन छोड़ के अपने पैशन के पीछे भागना is a very Bollywood dream that we are living and we think of. Life ऐसी नहीं है, life wake up से नहीं है जहाँ पे you will flunk your exams and घर छोड़ के अपने friend के साथ रहने लगोगे और साथ में photography job भी बहुत आसानी से मिल जाएगी. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Life is really long. It wouldn't hurt you if you are being a little more practical. First of all, it's a very competitive field. There are so many creators. There are so many talented beings in every niche. चाहे comedy हो, tech हो, lifestyle हो, fashion हो, home cooking भी हो. And हर साल एक नया bunch of talented people आता भी है. So you need to understand कि हर साल ये competition और बढ़ेगा. And ऐसा भी नहीं है कि आप जैसे ही चैनल स्टार्ट करोगे वैसे आपको पैसा मिलेगा. मुझे 2 साल लगे हैं to reach a point जहाँ पे I am earning a stable pay. But if you have this option, if you're really passionate for your content creation life, बात कर लो अपने पेरेंट्स से, 1 साल या 2 साल का टाइम ले लो, take a break year and work towards whatever you want to. And if you're somebody who has to have a stable income, then I would say it's a very good side hustle. Trust me, you learn a lot about life in general, and it's better for you only कि somehow after a year or 2 you will be able to, you know, have 2 sources of income. It's good for you only. So yeah, if you don't have a lot of responsibilities financially, आप कर सकते हो, इतना रिस्क ले सकते हो, बट आई वुडंट सजेस्ट इट. पता नहीं, मैं तो नहीं करती. मैंने नहीं किया था फॉर 2 years. सो या, एंड विद दिस वी हैव कम टू द एंड ऑफ दिस वीडियो. फाइनली इतना बोल दिया है मैंने इस वीडियो. आई होप आई वाज एबल टू कन्वे माय पॉइंट्स नाइसली इस वीडियो में. आई होप यू गॉट अ बेटर आइडिया ऑफ हाउ यूट्यूब वर्क्स एंड हाउ द होल इन्फ्लुएंसर, मुझे इन्फ्लुएंसर वर्ड नहीं पसंद, बट हाउ दिस ऑनलाइन सोशल मीडिया बिजनेस वर्क्स. So yeah, if you liked it, don't forget to hit the red button because I plan on making another video which would be really helpful for all the creators, small creators generally. And yeah, that is all for this week's video. I'll see you tomorrow or day after tomorrow because I have another video. So yeah, bye.